Hello, guys. Okay, really excited for today's episode. We're going to be talking about mistakes people make when manifesting. Laura was feeling very adamant around this. We're very much in our manifestation conversation, her and I, because we have been doing a lot of work in preparation for our 30-day manifestation challenge, which started today. We'll tell you guys more about it, but if you're curious to join, link is obviously in the show notes right below. A few risks that I'm taking with this podcast. Number one, I have my dog sitting right next to me. So the dog that I have here is Rocky. We are big animal rescuers. We pulled Rocky from a kill shelter back when we lived in New Mexico. They were going to put him down the next day just simply because nobody wanted him, and we rescued him. He is just the most perfect, sensitive, loving little boy. And right as I came in here to record this podcast, he jumped on the bed, and I looked at his face and I was like, I can't get you out of here. I'm sorry. So fingers crossed he doesn't start licking his ass the whole time or doing anything annoying, but if I have to say, Rocky, stop, I'm sorry. Okay, but I can't get him out of the room, guys. If you follow me on Instagram, then you've definitely seen him before, but he is my baby and I love him so much. And then we have another dog too. He's on the other bed snoozing, who's also my baby, who I love so much. And then our cat is sitting in its basket being very cute. So that's risk number one. Risk number two. So I record these on my phone because the microphone's actually really good. And I put these on YouTube so you guys can watch the video if you prefer that. But I run it through an AI recording studio so that it doesn't sound muffled or anything. That's not working. So I'm hoping that it works by the time I get this up by the end of the day. But if it doesn't and this audio sounds a little flat, I'm sorry. We're doing our best around here. Hopefully I get the vibe that you guys really just care about what Laura is saying here. But if audio is really bothering you, please know this is not going to be a regular occurrence. It would just be for this one episode. So I really appreciate you guys understanding. But let's get into some manifesting mistakes that Laura specifically sees people make. I'm really going to focus on Laura on this one. So you guys know the drill. Let me pull them forward. Okay. All right. First one. So sometimes I translate Laura, guys. You guys probably pick up on that. But I'm actually just going to let them speak right through me. So the biggest mistake we see humans make when wanting to call forward whatever it is they want to call forward is what they are asking for. Now, there's a lot of pieces of this, but we're going to start with the first piece, which a lot of human beings go for too big of an ask. Here's what we mean. You can only receive your manifestation if your body, and by body we mean conscious mind, subconscious, and nervous system. All three. If all three of those feel safe receiving it. So we see people in the manifestation realm calling forward these massive, massive things when they have yet to manifest intentionally anything before. So our focus during this challenge, as we were guiding Gabrielle through creating it, was going back on what people say in the manifestation community. We hear that everyone says be delusional with your manifestations, and we totally agree with that, but there's a time and a place for it. So our preference for you is that you choose a big manifestation. Let's say, we have so many releases for you on this. Let's say a new relationship, right? But when it comes to the intentional manifesting that you do on a day-to-day basis, let's reverse engineer that, break it down into baby steps, and start small. It's okay to start small. There's nothing wrong with starting small when it comes to manifesting. But because of the narrative around manifestation and how these big things can be called in so beautifully, people get very hung up on that. One of the biggest things we have heard from you guys in the Instagram community, in this community, and Gabrielle's channelings is there's so much information on manifestation out there. And I've tried so many different methods and nothing's working for me. We can see it so clearly in your vibration because we see you as humans, but we see you as your soul, really, is what we see you as. And we can see what's blocking it. there is a part of you that does not feel safe receiving it. What humans don't necessarily love doing is the deep work that it takes to clear out that vibration to make space for the manifestation. So 2 things there. Really calling in this big one, and there's just no parking spot in your vibration to receive the manifestation. And so then you get more frustrated, you get more upset, you diminish the trust in yourself, you think that you aren't capable, you think you aren't worthy. All of those are lies. We just weren't set up for success. We want you to be successful with your manifestations. We know how to make you successful with your manifestations. We know how. And we laid it all out there for you, and we're there to guide you through. The second part is, we lost our thought there for a moment because we went off on a tangent. Anyway. Oh, the second part is humans don't have patience. We have learned that in this experience. Humans don't have patience. And a lot of you receive lessons or so in your life for patience, because patience is a very important part of the manifestation journey. It's safe for you to start small. Reverse engineer your big manifestation and start from there. Because otherwise, it's way too jarring and jolting to your nervous system and to your body. And as a result, it puts out the vibration of, this is not safe, universe, do not send this to us. We can't emphasize this enough. And we emphasized it very much in this challenge, because you are not setting yourself up for success by going in for these massive asks right away. It's safe to have that there and write that down, like, in my lifetime, I'm going to manifest this, but let's start small. So here's an example of that. Rocky, no looking. Here's an example of that. Let's say you want to call a new relationship into your life. When you are doing any manifesting method that you want, and we're just going to refer to our 30-day manifestation challenge, but any method that you choose to do, instead of going from 0 to 100, 0 where you're at now, right, and 100 calling in this new lover, what is step 1? Step 1, maybe you choose to go the route of the apps, right? Step 1 is manifesting a successful first date that feels aligned with you. That is what we want the focus over the next 30 days to be. Not necessarily calling in this new lover in its entirety. It's that successful first date. Now, here's the reverse psychology. And here's really why we want you to do this. Because what you're doing by just focusing on that first step is you're taking the pressure off of the manifestation in its entirety, right? That first step feels a bit challenging, and yet feels safer in your body than calling in a whole new relationship does, right? So by those feelings, we're actually taking pressure off of calling in this whole new relationship, and that's what ends up manifesting anyway. Everyone's different, but we see that all the time. Ooh, that leads us into point number 2, is the pressure that people put on their manifestations. Oh my gosh, so many releases around this for you guys, so please listen up to this one. This is important for you. Holy cow. The pressure, and yawn. Oh lordy. This is it for you guys. The pressure that is put on, that we as humans put on our manifestations. So in our last episode, we talked about our framework to manifestation, and this is where we really focus on this arena that we're talking about in the receive your surprise. It's detaching from the manifestation, which is an incredibly important part. All 4 steps are, but specifically to the receiving your surprise, which is the 4th step, it's detaching from it. When you manifest, you are throwing it out there where you are saying to the universe, I'm going to tap into the universal laws. Okay, that's all well and good. Everyone has free will. You can do that whenever you want. Here's the disconnect. For you to tap into the universal laws, You must see yourself as we see you. We, your intuition, your spirit guides, the universe in its entirety. We see you as whole and worthy, exactly as you are, simply because you are a soul having a human experience. We do not define your worth based on the money in your bank account. We don't define your worth based on how you look, based on anything. You are simply whole and worthy because you are a soul having a human experience. Every single person on this earth has the same level of worthiness. It is how you all view yourself. We see you out of love, but a lot of humans don't see themselves out of love. They see themselves as their flaws and their insecurities. And what that is the ego. We do a lot of ego work in this challenge because calling forward your manifestation, you need to know about the ego. You need to know what the ego feels like, and you need to know how to stop it in its tracks. That's what we help you do throughout this. To tap into these laws, you must see yourself as whole and worthy. So, continuing on this, when people have the pressure on their manifestation, right? We were talking to somebody yesterday where they were trying to sell something because the sale of that thing was going to give them the down payment on their home. And they just got accepted for a home. They really need that thing to sell. And so as we were talking to them, we could see so clearly that they were putting their livelihood, their happiness, their love, their worthiness into the sale of this thing for that money. It backfires because that's not tapping into the universal laws. That's operating out of ego. That's operating out of scarcity. That's a humanized thing. It will not work. We need you to take the pressure off of receiving your manifestation. It's imperative. We teach you how to do that. You cannot have any ounce of your vibration say, me receiving this manifestation is going to make me happy. It is my happiness is dependent on receiving this thing. We ask that you are whole and worthy and happy and out of love right now, whatever your situation is. We know how hard that can be for some of you. But for those of you who are really navigating through the thick of it, we want you to know you have a deep soul purpose in this world. Every single one of you has a soul purpose. And soul purpose is another thing that really ties into manifestation, but that's for another time. You have a deep soul purpose in this world. Please hang in there. And we need to help lift these cinder blocks off of this feather that is your manifestation so that that feather can fly. We need you to fully tap into the laws of the universe. And to do that, you must see yourself out of love and whole and worthy. And it's incredibly possible for all of you. We teach you how. We need you to do that. Because the moment you do that, you're in alignment. What alignment really means, you all, is that you are aligned with the universal laws. You are fully aligned in a straight line with them and can tap in whenever you want because you see yourself as the universe sees you, wholeheartedly. People get very stressed out about that wholeheartedly part, like, oh, I'll never get there. Even you admitting that you are not there takes pressure off of it. It's so important. This deep work, which we call the healing journey, Gabrielle calls the healing journey to you all as well, it's so important because you're making space in your vibration. We hear that you want to call in these big things. We know that. We know it's there. It's right there for you. But it is a chess game with us. And we'll move our piece. Don't worry about that. We need you to move yours. And sometimes your chess piece involves looking at yourself in the mirror and completely shifting your life through your mindset. Of course. All right, guys, take that as validation, okay? I'll leave that up there because I think that that's a really important thing to, that was a really important thing to see in the middle of what they were saying. I don't remember what they were saying, but I know that they were speaking through me very deeply, so I'm assuming it was good, and let's take that as deep validation there. But let me pull them back. Laura, can we do like chills to me, please, and not that? Because I will communicate that to them, as you know. Okay. 1 second, guys. We feel our point was made through that last part. All right, Laura, is there anything else? Any other mistakes that you feel called to talk about today, at least? Because they're like, we could go on and on and on about this, but what is most useful for everyone listening? I want us to ground in that right now. We want you all to understand how easy it is for you to become a magnet. You are a magnet. You already are a magnet. And what we really want you to understand is how easy it's going to be for you to shift into a magnetic state that you align with. Abundance, joy, peace. Maybe that's not the norm in your life right now. But if we want to add anything to the end of this, to the points that we had made prior, it's that. You have the power. And that is what we want our third point to be. Thank you for bearing with us there as we got our thoughts and a lot of releases. Holy cow. A lot of the times, and this will be the third one that we talk about in the final, a lot of times, people think it is up to the universe to manifest for them, where this thing's just going to fall into their lap. And we cannot emphasize enough that you are the power. You are the universe. Us, we live inside of you. You are the most powerful being on this planet. Okay. And we say that to all of you because there's no competition with it. Because this world has the space and the abundance for every single one of you to be the most powerful people ever. You hold the power. It's not us, the universe. You just tap into our laws. You just align with us. We're in this co-creating relationship, but it is you. You are the power. We give you the signs. You are the one who unlocks things. It's not us. We've done our job because everything you want is manifested for you in this lifetime. You are the power. And we see so often that people just stay in this waiting vibration. I'm waiting, universe. I'm waiting. You make it happen. You make it happen by aligning with our laws. We're very specific on what our laws are, right? Law of attraction being the biggest one. Whatever vibration you're putting out, in terms of your manifestation, now this can get very in-depth, guys, because when it comes to the lessons that people have in their life and all of that, this is a much more deeper conversation that's around soul's purpose. So if there's like negativity in your life or bad thing that happened, you're like, oh my gosh, did I attract that? Don't read into this too much because that gets a lot more specific, and we can definitely talk to that if that's helpful for you guys. But in terms of manifestation and intentional, deliberate manifestation, your vibration to that thing is what is going to be attracted to you. So if deep down you're really scared about receiving this, that's what's going to happen, right? And that's why we focus on safety. Our laws are crystal clear. We have done our part. We are not unlocking any door and dropping it on the ground for you. You do that. And you do that through your state of alignment, through your healing, and through your intentionality. You hold the power. Don't wait for us. There's no waiting when it comes to us. You never have to wait for us. It's you. You may have to wait for your physical human body to catch up to your soul and your intuition. You control the action. Always. You always have, you're always gonna. You hold the power. You are going to be the one to manifest this. It is you versus you. We say that all the time, and that is why so much of our work in what we speak through Gabrielle is your relationship with yourself. There's no better gift in life, and especially in your manifestation journey. There's no better gift than your relationship with yourself. Because when you think highly of yourself, you trust yourself, you don't worry because you know that you can navigate any situation, you are in such a deep state of alignment that it's flying through like this. You hold the power. We love you guys so much. We teach you how to do every single ounce of this over the next 30 days. It starts today. The link is below to join. Gabrielle chiming in here. Laura has laid out every single exercise over the next 30 days to help you not make the mistakes that they just talked about, and so many more that they have in their back pockets. If you guys finally want to manifest, if you are sick of all the information out there and all these different methods and all the things, this is the one that you need. Why? Because it's all channeled by Laura. Laura knows the secrets of the universe. Laura is a very powerful human being. They're not a human being, actually, Laura. Thank you. They are a group of souls. But I guess I'm the human being, so I don't know. It's there. It's for you guys. We'd love to see you in there. We're there to handhold you. You ask us any questions. There's a community section with a discussion to help guide you through this, because it's safe for you to become a magnet to your manifestations. We teach you how to do all that. So come join us. We love you guys so much, and then we'll see you in another podcast episode next week.